So take these misconceptions that you have through the media misreporting things or
Right.
agents misdoing things. Okay, what about like in your personal life through like obviously the women that you take in? Have you ever been? Of course, we know the situation
Right.
with the infamous situation that recently happened. Is there anything you'd like to correct about that? Any narratives you'd like to straighten out about that?
I mean, first off, I mean, everyone that's seen it know how the situation, how it started. But then it just went too far.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It went
Absolutely.
too far. Got to a position to where, it's just embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? As a man, you don't even want to go outside. You know what I'm saying? Because people gonna recognize you, and people seeing what they seen, and now you're kind of embarrassed about what you're going through, and or embarrassed about what you may have lost, or embarrassed about just the entire overall situation. And I just want to let folks know that regardless of what y'all might think about me or about us as players or about celebrities in general, that we go through shit.
Absolutely,
We go
you do.
through shit. When I first retired, it was I thought I was gonna play one more year, but as soon as I retired, I went through my first divorce, and it was like months apart. So I'm like, damn, basketball season over, my family gone.
Do you think that correlated though? Sorry to cut you off, but do you think like the divorce happened because you were no longer in the lead, able to provide?
The thing about it is I know a lot of guys that's retired now. I know a lot of guys that was married during their basketball career.
Yeah.
That it happened to.
Yeah.
Like soon as the ball stopped bouncing, the divorce papers come.
Damn.
So it happens a lot, and
That's crazy.
I really didn't realize. I didn't realize it until it happened to me.
To me, I feel like it'd be almost feeling like you're in a real life Truman Show. If you ever saw that movie, it's Jim Carrey. He has a whole fake world around him. His wife is fake. His friends are fake.
Right.
And he finds out in the worst way that these people were never there to begin with for him. But they were just, kind of hired to be there.
And with mine, I was told, at the end, I was told, we're gonna do we're gonna try to be, do separation. My ex-wife, we're gonna do separation. So I was like, okay. So we had a investment home that I was staying in, not too far from where her and the kids were staying, and thinking we're doing the separation thing, and not even a week later, divorce papers come.
That was planned. Yeah.
Now take this recent thing, right? As I watch it go through online, the first initial thing, of course, you guys are in the house, you have an argument. The next thing you know is interview after interview after interview. I even interviewed you guys.
Right.
She said some things that I thought was egregious.
Right.
And hard to accept for any man hearing that, right?
Yeah.
And the first thing I think is social media is a hell of a drug. I mean, she used to sing. Obviously, she's been behind the camera before.
Right.
But social media can bring out a part of you that you don't even know is there half the time.
And that's what surprised the hell out of me too.
Right. And I see you going through it too with, baby mothers and whatnot speaking on you in social media. I actually think it's just going to get worse because we got these devices in our hand and they get rewarded. Right. People, they get their 5 minutes of fame through really demoralizing you guys. How do you deal with it? I know it's stressful because I've had people lie on me, but I'm not at you guys' level.
Right.
So I can only imagine it's magnified, right? I've lost sleep over it.
Right.
My mentality has been brought down. Depression sets in, and you feel this need to want to defend yourself and write everything that they say. It seems that you do excellent when it just being close to you for so long. It seems like he just takes it all. It's crazy, man, how he handles that.
I never seen somebody smile more.
That's why I like. That's why because we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
And that's why what I'm saying.
So what advice would you offer? How do y'all deal? Well, maybe I'm listening too because I can't stand when somebody lies on me, man.
Well, how I look at it is, it's not a battle of flesh and blood. It's really a spiritual battle, and I see it that way. And I know that it's really not even that person; it's the spirit that they have allowed to use them and say those things and act in that certain way. So what I do is, man, I really just, it's hard, but I pray for them.
That's it.
I pray for them. And I know a lot of people like, why would you pray for somebody that's continually trying to hurt you?
Right.
Like, why would you pray for them?
How do you manage to keep a strong mental? Like, because I know it has to.
Because
That's hard.
It is hard, but I realize, like, I can't allow my will to be broken. So I look at it as your soul consists of three things: mind, will, and emotions. If you allow somebody to break your soul, which is breaking your mind, your will, and your emotions, then they win. They win. So I can't. My will has to be stronger than theirs. My emotions have to be balanced. And my mind has to be in check, knowing that I can't allow them to take my soul.
Powerful stuff.
Because it's very difficult. Like, I've seen, you know, my son's mom say so many things about me, like hurtful things, you know, things about my character, things that she said I've done to her. And these things are not even who I am, remotely not even close to who I am. So instead of me getting mad and saying, man, I want to go off on her, I want to tell the world, I just get in my secret place and I pray for her spirit and I pray for her soul, that it don't overcome and overtake her for a very long time, for the sake of my children, because they're going to get old enough one day and they're going to see it. And they're going to have their opinion about what they saw. So I'm like, I don't want my kids to ever see me allowing someone, even as close as my kids' moms, to break my will, break my emotions, and make my mind go into a whole different, what we call crash out. Because as an NBA player, celebrity, famous person, whatever it may be, your mind has to be so strong because you deal with so much on a daily basis. So you can't, and it's very difficult. Kevin been around me. We've been very, very close friends for years.
Right.
And he's never seen me bash my kids' moms, no matter what they've said.
I would have been talking stone shit.
And he could say, he's tried to say things, and I'm like, man, regardless, these my kids' moms, regardless. And I love them because they take care of my children. I could never say nothing against them, especially publicly.
Right.
Even if they say stuff about me publicly, I won't do it because my kids are going to get older one day.
Exactly.
And they're going to see.
No question.
See, for me, someone with ill intent, I have to treat them as such. It'd be very difficult for me to just
take a certain ilk.
give them
I
any
totally
grace,
understand
man.
that, but then you're giving them the power over you. You can never
But what you
let
do,
them have
you
power
recognize
over
you have no power,
But you
really
do.
at all. Well, I
You
mean,
got
over
all
yourself you do,
You got
right?
all the power. You got all the power.
Well, Dwight, my question is, you say you pray for them, but do you pray for the people in the media outlets too? Let's just say Cameron and Mace.
I do. I forgive them. Because I don't want that on my conscience. I don't want that on my spirit. I forgive them because they don't know what they're doing.
You see, it's not.
that's the
I
same
don't think
thing.
it's personal. It's because they're thinking about the monetary gain and the likes and clicks that
And that's
come
the
from
same
this.
thing
And that's
I
why
did.
everybody takes part.
They don't know me personally. They don't know just what I deal with.
Right.
They don't know none of
But
this
they're
stuff.
unintentionally taking part in the demise of our reputations and
And
image.
it's not right, and it's wrong for them to do that. But again, at the end of the day, they will have to deal with that. At some point in their life, it's gonna come back to them.
So
That's
Joe,
what
I know, you know, your wife, she's going on like several media outlets,
Right.
talked, you know, got a chance to say her point of view. But then the Cam and Mace video happened where she went on, and of course, you know,
Right.
the massage. I felt like that was a step that was kind of past just giving her perspective of what was going on.
Exactly.
What was going on through your mind watching that, just as a man? Like, what's
I
going
ain't
on?
watching, but I heard about
okay.
it. I heard about it. Yeah, but I mean, as a man, you know what I'm saying, you ready to do something.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
for sure.
saying? You ready to do something, and I mean, it's just disrespect, you know. But at the same time, I feel like she put it out there.
Did you? I mean, obviously, I can't ask. Did you see that coming? But like, are you surprised when you see these type of decisions being made to go to the extent to like do certain things like
Right.
that for clicks and views? Is that surprising at all?
I mean, it's not as surprising as it was before, but it's still some shock value to it.
You
though.
definitely seemed shocked when I was interviewing.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
guys.
Yeah,
There was-
it's
the
some
tension
shock
was so
value
thick.
to it, yeah.
Right, you could cut the tension with a knife.
Exactly.
What I saw in that was that she's fighting. Men are mostly confrontational.
Mm-hmm.
We use our strength to fight, but often women use their words.
Right.
And it's a mental battle.
Right.
And some of the things that she was saying on that interview, check it out, Kevin Wesley, The Truth Factory YouTube. Check that out.
Good plug,
But
good plug.
he's one, plug that in there.
Yeah.
But on that video, he's silly. In the interview, man, you could tell she was at war with you. And that's what I said to myself. She's fighting you. That's why
Yeah.
she keeps saying things that would be so hurtful.
So hurt, yeah,
But it's
exactly.
So downright
And as
mean.
I-
Those are projections. They're projecting what is inside of them.
Right.
Out of the mouth, the heart speaks.
Yeah.
So when somebody speaks
that's how I took
things, it's a projection of how they're feeling on the inside.
That's how I took
Out of
it.
the
So-
abundance of the heart, the
Yeah.
mouth
Yeah.
speaks. Is
Yes.
that you're absolutely correct.
So
Yeah.
Like spitting today, boy, I ain't gonna lie. It's true.
You shouldn't allow what somebody's trying to project to
Right.
change your emotions, because that's what they want.
That's
That's
what
what
they
they want. So
Yeah.
obviously what she was doing was trying to get him to change his emotions towards her and lash out and say something back. But it shows you how strong-willed he is, because he did not combat her. He didn't come back.
Right.
when
And
his
that-
stoicism broke, he just left. And I noticed that also with the with the first initial video.
Right.
Want
You
to say
leave during those
anything,
moments.
it make
That's
him wanna
wise.
do or
Yeah.
say anything, but instead he rather walk away
Sure.
than to allow his ear gates and his eyes to be able to see and hear.
pull me out of character.
and pull
Absolutely.
him out of
Pull
who
me
he
out of
is.
character,
That's the
yep.
whole thing. Because now, what happens if he does do something back? Now, everything that has been said about him, people are
Exactly.
going to say, it's true.
Yep.
He did it.
Yep.
Because look now. But now they can't say anything. And so that what that also does is make the other person mad too. Because they like, what can I say?
I
What
done
can I
pushed
do?
every button and
I done
he's
pushed
still like,
all-
yup.
Yeah. So that's when all you
No
gotta
response
do
might be the best
is
response. They get a
stand.
button.
You
It
gotta
is,
stand
but it's so
strong.
difficult. It's
That's
easier
tough.
said
It
than done.
is.
It takes
That's the
different
murder.
for sure.
That's the murder.
I used to say, don't throw any
No
more wood on the
response?
fire.
Yeah.
Don't throw
They're
any more
gonna
wood on the
throw
fire.
more
'cause
wood
it's-
on the
right.
fire,
And that's
but
the
you gotta
murderous one.
think, this is why.
That's what they hate.
And no offense to nobody, this is
Especially when
why
they trying to get you
he
going.
was number one. This is why I was number one, because we had to withstand everything that came against us
Yeah.
to be the number one pick.
Are you putting on blinders like this is
You gotta
happening, but
put
you gotta
on
convince
every
yourself
type of
it's not?
blinders, but your
Focus on
mind,
the prize.
Yeah.
Your mind has to be stronger than anything. That's why I said mind, will, and emotions make up your soul. Your will has to be strong.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to get you to the top. He willed himself to the top. He wasn't known. Coming out of high school, he wasn't known. He willed himself to the number one pick. He willed himself and his team and got 40 and 20. He willed himself from the summertime to the end of the year to say, we going to be one of the best teams. It was in my will at the age of 10 that I told my dad, I'm going to be the first pick in the draft, Dad.
Yep.
And nobody going to be there but me. And I willed my way there. I used my will to get there. Then my mind was made up and my emotions was at balance. So that's the message for the kids and people out there. Your will has to be strong. Your emotions got to always be in check. And your mind, you can't let nobody shatter or break your mind, because that's what people will try to do. It don't matter. It was his wife. The person that he slept with, the person that he laid with and confided with, that
Took
was
vows with.
Come on,
This is what I
now-
mean. That's a marriage contract. That's a holy sanctity, right? But
Yeah.
then you have people who will violate NDAs, confidentiality agreements,
Yeah.
just your
Right.
simple trust.
Yeah.
And I teach my sons, that your trust for a person is no indication that they won't lie to you, manipulate
No
you,
question.
be loyal, any of that.
No question.
But when it comes to like somebody weaponizing social media, your own image against you, right? Okay, you realize you can't control them. You can demand that they stop. You can beg and plead for them to
Right.
stop. They only do it more because they realize they're bothering
They
you.
realize exactly.
Would you say there's any preventative measures that a young man could take?
The preventative measures is trust no one, not even yourself.
Yeah.
Trust the spirit that's flowing through people.
Yeah.
Don't trust nobody. Nobody's to be trusted. Why? Because at any moment they could change. At any moment they could do something. It's just like if I'm at
It's
the
so-
house
it's
and
so
I
true.
ask
It's
and I
crazy.
ask my mom to wake me up at 7:30. Do I trust my mom? Yes, but something might happen where she can't get up at 7:30.
Exactly.
So I gotta be able to get myself up.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trust no one, not even yourself. You have to trust the spirit that's flowing through people. And that takes a lot of discernment, and it takes getting alone. A lot of people don't like to be alone. They like to have crowds of
People, yup.
people and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yup.
And see, all of us have went through it. We've had entourages. We've had all these different things. But once we got alone, we're able to see clearly and hear the correct voice. So it takes time, and it takes the right and proper guidance. All of us as young athletes, we had a target on us at every angle. The biggest targets were the number 1 picks. Number 1, that means that you was the best of the best that year. Nobody in the world was better than you. So now you got a target on the court. You got everybody coming after you on the court. Then off the court, you got women, you got lawyers, you
Yep.
got bankers, you got your friends, your cousins, you got
Family,
your old
Cousins you didn't even know you
you
had.
got
You
all
get them,
these
you get them
people.
cousins.
Yeah, they coming after you for one main reason, to steal, kill, and destroy, so you won't reach your destination.
So you
Joseph.
talk about how y'all came in. Y'all came in as number 1. Talk about the end, like towards retirement, towards like trying to find a home. I know
Right.
you played for 13 different teams.
12.
12.
12
He played
teams.
for how many? 8? 9 different teams. So talk about the adjustments of going from team to team and just wanting to finally find a home where you could retire. Talk about like the end stage of that.
I don't think you can find a home.
There's
Your
no
home
way.
gotta be here. Your home gotta be here because it's you dealing with so much on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly basis. You dealing with, first of all, you got 14 teammates, so you're dealing with all those types of energy.
The cycles all the time.
And you don't know who you're gonna be
Right,
your
exactly,
teammate
you know
next
what I'm
year.
saying?
You
Yep.
don't know how
This
this
locker room will
the
look real
person
different
next
in
to
2
you
years.
Yeah,
might
exactly.
be jealous of you. They might hate your stinking guts, but they'll smile in your
They
face.
probably telling reporters all the inside stuff that's going on in the locker
Everything.
room.
So you got to deal with all of this on
Never
a daily
know.
basis. Then you got the ownership. You got
Yep.
the GMs. You got all these people. They could be saying stuff about you. So that's why I say your mental fortitude. And for Joe,
strong.
myself, to be able to come out of what we're in and have our minds, that's the most powerful thing, because it's a lot of guys now who have crashed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.